What is your American dream?
My American dream is for everyone to walk around freely and comfortable and not being afraid to show who they are.
My American dream is to help my people from my community.
My American dream is for people to be aware of different cultures and traditions and to be respectful of each other, of all those differences, because America is actually built by immigrants. We are all immigrants in this country.
My American dream is to continue doing what I'm doing and educating people about who we are as Mexicans, what we have to contribute to this country, and we are part of this country. Let's not forget that.
My American dream is for everybody to know that I'm not a bad man, that I'm really capable to do a lot of stuff in the best way possible, always with love, with respect, and with that passion that is a characteristic of us Mexicans.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. It is Thursday. It is May 20th. This is Bradshaw Live. We are live. What's wrong with my ear? I'm getting a feedback, Julian. And somewhere out in the world is Jonathan, Yo-Yo Elliott, and Vanessa Nesquik Contreras. How are you guys doing?
I'm amazing. How are you doing?
Fabulous.
We haven't moved since yesterday, squad. As we promised you each day, we have not moved since yesterday.
Wait a second. Unless you have all of your hair and makeup accoutrements, you look a little different than yesterday. No one's buying that one, Nesquik.
Just in case they're still questioning if this was yesterday's show.
Exactly. yeah. Nesquik said she's going to make a different look every day so that everyone knows we're live, right?
Literally. I mean, I'm the only one I think capable until Yo-Yo started growing a beard here and just decided to, steal the show how he does.
Well, but that's not necessarily true because I saw on Instagram the other day that Yo-Yo got some new ink. So he could be showing a new tattoo every day also, to let everybody know we're live.
But guess where I got the ink?
Oh, I know where. Do you think
right here? No, but right here. They came here and did it.
Where?
What are you pointing? You're pointing in your pants right now, Yo-Yo.
No, I had it at my apartment.
Okay. I'm like, Yo-Yo, this is not hump day. Come on, man. We don't need. There's a little too much information where you got your latest tattoo.
No, but I didn't. I'm saying I didn't move from my spot.
They make house calls.
That's your cue. That's your cue, Star Girl. That is your cue.
But what do they have to bring with them to make the house call, tattoo house call?
So he actually has his own kind of bench that folds out and you can lay on it. Brings all his ink and his. I mean, it's just it's super simple. Is it like
ordering food? Like you go on an app and just order the tattoo artist, or the guy and called him on the phone?
More so having a special barber that comes to your house. You know how you have your barber in your house?
So this guy is a true artist.
Yes.
Can you describe in 2 sentences what you did?
What I did?
Yeah, what's the
design?
Got
a really great one. It's very sentimental. Your tat.
My tat. No, yeah, absolutely. So one side is dedicated to my dad's side of the culture, so the Nigerian side, and then the other side is dedicated to my mom, so the Ethiopian side. In the middle, I have a cross. So it's super sentimental, and then it has
look.
Title ascends a hill on top, so that is what my last name means. A title ascends a hill. So I'm just destined for greatness.
Now I'm curious. How long did it take for you to come up with this design idea? Was it like the guy showing up in 10 minutes, let me figure this out, or this has been a thought process for a long time, what you want to do?
No, it's definitely been a thought process because it was a blank canvas. I didn't have anything on my chest, so. But you're next, Brad.
And he's gonna come right here.
He's gonna come to the studio.
I didn't know where you were pointing, so let's say hello to the squad. Jessica Levy, Joelle Reed, squad up. Vitalis Asugwu, squad up. Elizabeth Francis, Anna Lee Parker. By the way, Yo-Yo, if you notice, I didn't answer yes or no when you said the tattoo artist is coming to the studio. I did not give you a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Trust me, I peep game. I peep game.
Carol Anderson, the Tigers, squad up. Therese Slater, squad up. Marcia McCullough, how are you? Rog J. Roberts, peace. Sandra Rose Stoddard, taking a walk outside, but still listening. It's a nice day for a walk, certainly here in the New York area. Christy Kinsali, squad up. Willie L. Williams, squad up, how are you? Flo Murray Gordon, we see you watching. Who else we got here? Anna Burke with the first pre-question of the day. How can I make an appointment to talk to you? There's a telephone number scrolling on the bottom. It scrolls for 2 straight hours. To make a consultation, call 1-800-529-5465. Or outside of the United States, 212-227-8933. That cannot be the pre-question of the day. I just saw a question. Who else we got here? Chetty Manduri, squad up. How are you? Marge Higgs saying, hey. Joan Erica, Yo-Yo is looking very handsome in his outfit.
Oh, thank you.
Joan Erica,
his shirt has been buttoned down today.
Joan
I know,
Joan
no chest
Erica
out.
is a huge fan of Yo-Yo. And by the way, it's Yo-Yo Fest on Facebook right now. Harris Mitchie Boo also loves the shirt, Yo-Yo.
Thank you.
It's a Yo-Yo Fest on Facebook. Let's see what's going. Let's see what's going on YouTube. Jessica Levy, she's double fisting. Carol, the Top Cat Tigress 2, also double fisting. Jalove, how are you? Vitalis Asugwu, I think is also double fisting. Maudlin Laird, good evening. It's Poetry Thursday. We almost forgot, but Jeremy Goldberg, Jay Rhymes did not forget. Today it's a warm day and almost the end of May. What I need, I must say, it's Bradshaw Live. Hooray. It rhymes, corny, extraordinarily corny. I'm sorry, Jay Rhymes, extraordinarily corny, hooray. You're ending the rhyme with hooray, but it rhymes, so we'll give it to him.
But
he's excited.
Catch a rhyme. So it's the consistency for me, Bradford.
Okay.
It's the consistency.
All right, well, I want you to know, Jay Rhymes, Yo-Yo and Nesquik both gave you applause. I'll give you a so-so on it. It rhymed. I just don't like the word hooray. It's very corny. Couldn't come up
What
with
would
something
you have
else.
said?
I don't know.
What would you have said?
I'm not Jay Rhymes. I don't rhyme. Didn't you come up with something better than hooray? Hip hip hooray.
I like it.
All right. Once man saying hi, Brad. How are you? Tolly squad up 29 Super C. Kiki. She is at the front of the class today. That's right, Kiki. And who else we have here? Kay, God bless. Squad up. Denise Johnson, squad up. Chapdom. It's for I-765 and I-45. Did Chapdom ask a question before? Here's the pre-question of the day from Chapdom. My priority date is May 1st, 2020. I did the biometrics 7 weeks ago. My lawyer told me today that he put in a request. Would that speed things up or it doesn't make a difference? Reality makes no difference whatsoever, but it makes you feel better that your lawyer is doing something, but it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. All right, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, take it away.
Absolutely. All right, squad, you already know what time it is. It is time to share. Remember, the only way we can get this show out to everybody is through your hands, okay? Please share because we're about to start schmoozing with Brad, talking headlines and immigration news, including a new report that says the Department of Homeland Security missed signs of a potential violence before the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th.
Oh, wow. And it's Thursday, so get ready for wacky world's news, including a man in Britain who turned out to be very different from who he appeared to be.
That sounds very wacky, especially since it's coming from the UK. And
Right.
of course, you could always call Spar and Bernstein, the telephone number scrolling on the bottom. You may see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with my head come across your screen. It says, ask me a question. You call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. That's the number to call to get on our show. It is also the number to call if you would like to have a consultation with me. Outside of the United States, it's +1 212-227-8933. And coming up after our schmooze, I'm going to be answering the first 14 immigration questions. People who call right now and get online, the top 14 people will get their immigration questions answered. After our immigration questions, we're going to go to a Braducation. Then we're going to go to a social media check-in. Then we're going to go to an attorney spotlight. And finally, I am going to speak with musical theater composer Jaime Lozano about his newest album, Songs by an Immigrant. Jaime has been heralded as the next big thing on Broadway by Hamilton's Lin-Manuel Miranda. And later, we're going to hear more about Jaime's career and his immigration journey from Mexico to the United States. And then finally, after I speak with Jaime, we're going to see if I blow up or Julian hands me a balloon in speed round. And before you know it, 2 hours is up, and we say goodbye until tomorrow. But right now,
it's time to schmooze with Brad.
That's right, and Yo-Yo, and Vanessa, and the squad, and the crew, and everybody. So yesterday, I got a lot of cards in my hand today. heavy schmooze
Lots
today.
going on in 24 hours.
Yeah, heavy schmooze today. So yesterday we talked about Letitia James. She's starting a criminal investigation into the Trump finances. Well, she began looking into Trump and his company in 2018 after former Trump lawyer and fixer Michael Cohen pled guilty to campaign finance violations in connection with paying off an adult film actress who claimed to have had a sexual encounter with Donald Trump. Now, James' investigation began actually in 2019. Both probes, the criminal investigation by the DA was 2018. The New York State investigation was 2019. Both probes have focused on whether the Trump organization, including Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, deflated the value of their real estate for tax purposes and inflated the value of their real estate for insurance and favorable loans from banks. Well, it's also now reported from that the New York Attorney General's office has opened a criminal tax investigation into the top Trump Organization officer, Alan Weisselberg. Notice that his name is Weisselberg. Weisselberg. Weasel being the optimal part of the name. Increasing the pressure on a longtime aide to former President Trump. So this guy is like runs the Trump Organization, Weisselberg, and what they're trying to do is put pressure on him to flip and testify against Donald Trump. We'll see if that is a tried and true tactic by every district attorney. We'll see if he does it. He wasn't going to do it while President Trump was president. Former President Trump was president, because then he would have gotten a pardon. But former President Trump did not pardon the weasel. So we'll see if he's a real weasel and turns on Trump. Let's hope he does, because we like to find out the truth. Now they're using this leverage to get Weisselberg to cooperate, potentially raising the legal stakes for Donald Trump. Right now, the weasel has not been accused of anything wrong. They're just looking. They're just looking.
Okay.
All right.
I love the weasel.
The weasel. Now, this is Trump's third criminal investigation since he's left office. The man's been out of office February, March, April, May, 120 days, and there's 3 criminal investigations going for him right now. One in Georgia for his attempts to overturn the Georgia election results, including a phone call he made to Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, pressuring him to find enough votes to reverse his losses, and the 2 investigations in New York. Yesterday, Donald Trump responded saying it's a witch hunt. They're looking for something, but there's nothing there. It's all political. So we will see how this all plays out. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives yesterday, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, voted 252 to 175 to investigate the deadly January 6th Capitol riots. 35 Republicans joined most of the Democrats in passing this legislation. Now, in order for there actually to be an investigation of the Capitol riots, the insurrection, the crazies who went and had and stormed the Capitol, we need the Senate, 60 votes in the Senate, to investigate what happened. You would think that they would want to investigate this. I mean, after all, thousands and thousands of people went into the Capitol, threatened their lives, threatened, people, congressmen and senators were locked in their rooms, in their offices. Mike Pence, they were looking to kill Mike Pence, literally.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Representative Pence, a different Pence, that's Pence's brother. He is from, where is he from? Georgia, I think. Right, Jilly? Where is he from? I think he's from Georgia. Indiana. My apologies. The brother of Pence, he voted against it. He said, no, we don't need to investigate. Greg Pence, thank you very much. He voted against it. We don't have to investigate. And
after they tried to murder his brother?
After they tried to murder his brother. And Mitch McConnell, who stood up, several days after all of this, said Donald Trump is responsible for all of this. He's the head of the Senate. He says, nah, he doesn't want to investigate this either. And most of the Republicans don't want to investigate it, even though most of them were threatened with their lives and thought they were not going to live on that day. But now they don't need to. They don't need to investigate. And based on what the Republicans say, I'll tell you what they say why they don't want to do it. They say that it's duplicative and potentially counterproductive because there's other investigations going on.
Well, okay.
What do you think the real reason is, Vanessa?
I think this has to be something where they just brush it under the rug, especially since there was so many alleged, like this could have been led by Trump. And it's like, how do we, as the Republican Party, sort of vote? I just don't understand why they're not investigating deeper into this when there were people from their own party that they were looking to attack.
Vanessa, nobody wants to investigate themselves and find out what everybody knows, which is
true.
They caused all of this.
Period. That's exactly why they're not looking.
You know what? It's like, hey, Brad robbed the bank. Brad, can you go investigate who robbed the bank? I don't want to investigate who robbed the bank. I know who robbed the bank. Brad robbed the bank.
So you feel like they're saying this or they're not supporting the investigation because they're trying to save their own butt?
Of course.
For sure.
Many of the Republicans knew what was going to happen ahead of time. Did they believe that it would have gone to that level? I can't imagine many would have, but they knew what was happening. They knew why Donald Trump brought all those people to Washington, and they knew what Donald Trump was going to say. Mike Pence knew what Donald Trump was going to say.
Looking at those images, it just brings it all back, and it's like that's literally our nation's capital. Like if people can invade and access our nation's capital and not be interrogated for it, it's just like, what else is anyone capable of?
Now,
right, everybody's gonna go and do some crazy stuff then. Like, it's crazy.
Now, a commission investigating the Capitol riot. We're going to add a little spice into this. Okay, they're investigating the Capitol riot for months. Officials have been saying that the attack on the U.S. Capitol was a result of classic intelligence failure, meaning that everybody screwed up. Nobody realized this was going to happen. But now a new report says a division within the Department of Homeland Security missed the potential violence. Written by former head of intelligence at the New York Police Department, Mitch Silber, entitled Domestic Violent Extremism and the Intelligence Challenge, the report makes clear that officials at the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, and other agencies had collected plenty of intelligence leading up to the insurrection at the Capitol. They knew all about it. They had all the facts. They knew all the people who were coming, and they knew what Trump was going to say, and they knew what Trump was going to do. But what they did is they kind of ignored it. They ignored it for two reasons. One is they didn't concentrate on it because they were told to concentrate on things happening at the border and people who are associated with Antifa. Antifa is not a real group. It's kind of a conglomerate of people who are anti-fascists. But the reality is they had all the facts there, but politically they were told to look elsewhere. So because they were looking elsewhere and they were looking at other threats, nobody put the pieces together for this, but it was all there for them to put together if politics did not get in the way. Now, a key part of this Department of Homeland Security agency is to provide written analysis of threats to public events before they happen. These threat assessments are not just done for gatherings that have potential for violence like Charlottesville. It also is done for Mardi Gras in, New Orleans, the Super Bowl, or, an outdoor concert in Central Park, whatever it is. It is called, this agency in the Department of Homeland Security, it is called the I&A. What does the I&A stand for? I'm not sure, but it's called the I&A Department. But now it is reported that the threat assessment for what was happening at the Capitol would have put everybody on notice ahead of the insurrection had anybody actually been looking at this data? Intelligence and analysis.
Probably not.
Something Uncle Brad doesn't have in the last 30 seconds. Intelligence and
Intelligence and analysis.
Yes, that's what it stands for. And they were neither intelligent or analyzing. They weren't even looking at the data because politically they were told to look at other things. So it's kind of like a file sits on somebody's desk and collects dust. That's basically what happened. So you think the Republicans want to investigate all this?
Right.
When they know that the Republicans who are in charge of the Department of Homeland Security were told not to even look into these things? That this was a file collecting dust on someone's desk, no one even opened it? All the data was sitting in there, just nobody looked at it.
Yeah, it makes sense. Definitely makes sense now.
Right in front of them.
Meanwhile, according to our friends at the Johns Hopkins University coronavirus stat update, wow, we're still only at 587,000 deaths. It did not go up in the last day. Congratulations, United States of America.
Oh,
Yesterday it was 587,000 deaths too. That's pretty good. Now, nearly 48% of people in the United States, almost 1 out of 2 people, have at least gotten 1 shot of vaccine. So at least 1 out of 2 people in the U.S. now are either partially or fully vaccinated. Almost 38%, that's almost 4 out of 10, are fully vaccinated.
Wow.
That is why we have no deaths or less deaths. It didn't go from 587 to 588. Now, the Department of Homeland Security, unfortunately, let's do some coronavirus updates. The border between the United States and Canada is still going to remain closed until at least June 21st. And if you want any confirmation why the vaccines are working, and you should do it, a new study reported in the New England Journal of Medicine of 280 nursing homes in 21 various states across the United States. So you figure, on average, there's got to be 30, 40, 50, 100 people in the nursing homes. All right, so 280 nursing homes through 21 different states and different areas of the United States. Real world confirmation that the COVID vaccine is effective. Since residents have gotten coronavirus vaccines in these nursing homes, only 3% of residents tested positive for coronavirus after the vaccines were given to the residents of these nursing homes. 97% effective for the most elderly, for the elderly people who are most affected by coronavirus.
By corona. That's good.
And if that's not enough to get you to take the coronavirus vaccine in New York State, Governor Andrew Cuomo announced today that New Yorkers 18 or older who get the vaccine in the next week will have a chance to also win $5 million through a Vax and Scratch lottery program. No. Yes. Any New Yorker who gets a vaccine at one of the state's 10 inoculation locations between May 24th and May 28th, next week, they're going to get a free scratch-off lottery ticket worth $20, and with the $5 multiplier, you can win $5 million in the scratch-off. Right there on the spot. You don't even have to wait for the balls to be drawn at the end of the week.
I should have got mine later.
You should have. The first prize winner
I feel like I could have won.
The first prize winner is going to get $5 million, while the second through fifth get $50,000, $20,000, $5,000, and $2,000. So people are going to be making some dough and getting vaccinated.
I feel like I would have won one of those.
You think so? I am sad to report, Yo-Yo, that I doubt you would have won.
Oh.
But it's good to be confident.
Don't put your.
And this is only New York State, correct? Because
yes, it's New York State. You can fly back from Florida to do it. You know, it's a good investment, Vanessa. If you figure like the flight's $200 round trip or $250 round trip, it's a good investment. And you win
$5 million.
It's a good investment.
I'm gonna have to think about it.
All right.
It'll be a quick flight.
All right, let's get to some wacky world news.
Yeah.
We're gonna fly around the world Where are we going to start?
Oh, Brad.
What?
But before we start, Jessica Leamy wants to know if you're actually growing out your beard.
No.
I think you should try it out.
How long should I make it?
Just
scruffy Brad. You guys should already know this. I like scruff Brad.
I was told, somebody told me
the
that.
previous girl just said she likes scruff Brad. I think if you line it up, maintain it.
Later. Let's tune into Bradification later and see how.
Let's ask. Okay, let's ask the Brad Squad. Brad Squad, do you think that Brad should grow out his beard, line it up like mine, you know, just like manscape it, or do you think he should just shave it all off? I want to know. Brad Show Live, let's put that whole tally thing all up in there. We already got.
I'm looking on YouTube and Yo-Yo's looking on Facebook.
I got it right here.
I was told to grow it out. Somebody wanted to put a rubber band right here and like put a little ponytail rubber band right in the front. They said that would be like the coolest thing. You do Brad Show Live with the rubber band ponytail of the beard.
Yeah, I'll be okay with that.
Wouldn't that look like a crazy lawyer? They're like, you want to be a crazy lawyer? That would make you the craziest lawyer in town.
That would be a little wacky.
All right, it's time for Wacky World News. We have an airplane.
The airplane came and went.
Yeah, we heard. There we go. Yo, the comments are coming in fast and furious about the beard.
The comments are coming in. But you know what's crazy? It's like almost 50-50. I see Joan Grant's like, no. Sandra Rose said, love the beard. Yes. Christy Gonzalez said, no. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, said, yes. Brad should do it like Yo-Yo. Joan Grant says, take it off. And Dell says, beard. Kennedy says, grow it out. Glamma says, no, cut it.
I don't know what to do now. No, I don't know what to do. I'm more confused than ever.
Look how red
I'm more confused than ever.
I am too. Welcome to my world. It's
what about like I grow out one side and the other side's completely shaved? Like Two-Face guy from Batman.
Tally, yes for the beard. Tally, yes for the beard. Super 29 Super C for the beard, but I do have some people on some shaved meat. Take it off.
Damn. Oh.
Take it off.
Seems like this made the headlines of Wacky World News today, but what's going on?
Willie L. Williams said Brad should look ZZ Top.
That's with the rubber band with the long beard.
Oh, that's
yeah. You don't remember ZZ Top from the 80s?
No. The fact that you do. That's
yes. They had like one
Willie
song.
L. Williams always
It was before your time. ZZ Top had like one song on MTV that was like really famous in the 80s, and they had these like long beards.
Look them up.
And my friend took me to a concert at Madison Square Garden. I actually saw these dummies. I mean, maybe they're not dummies; they're smart people.
Oh, I remember them.
But I saw them. In high school. I saw them in concert. I have to say, they had a lot of pyrotechnics and a lot of lights. It was kind of cool. Although I didn't really love their music. Although they had that one song on MTV.
Can you guys see?
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, right, those guys.
I just Googled it.
You know the song "You Got Legs" or something, right?
I'll try to show it to y'all. But
all right, Wacky World News.
Let's do it.
By the way, this is an immigration show. But let's get to Wacky World News. All right, we'll just do one or two because we're running late here.
Yes.
An image of a man smiling on a hospital bed has gone viral after it turns out the patient isn't who they seem. The man in the hospital bed is British rapper Slow Tie for his music video Feel Away. But in a bizarre twist, he has a cake for a body. The image has resurfaced online. The cake of all cakes sent Twitter into meltdown after Bake King posted images. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting this so far. Let's continue reading. Several months ago, a bizarre trend of creating lifelike cakes swept the internet. I must have missed this.
Yes, I've seen these.
You've seen
these are cakes.
You've seen these cakes. Now,
yeah, look at them.
Pastry chefs, artisan cake makers, and even novices flooded social media with images of life-like cakes. Now, one baker made a cake that looked like a burger. We saw that picture. Another is sushi. There was even a cake that looked exactly like a pizza. But this cake takes the cake. In pictures of the mighty cake, the man could be seen smiling at the camera from the comfort of a hospital bed. He appears to be in good spirits as medics work around him, but on closer inspection, something just ain't right. The hospital workers are holding something, cake, and upon closer inspection, it reveals the man is not being treated. In fact, the man is a cake.
Cake. Wow.
2 images of the creepy cake man's hand close up were shared to social media. One of the images shows his entire arm palm down on a hospital bed. The next snap shows the same arm, but is cut up into 7 pieces of cake.
It looks good.
That is really creepy.
Wow.
That is creepy.
Comments including, "This is so disturbing. This is amazing, but horrifying." Are you horrified, disturbed, or hungry?
I think it's actually quite interesting. I think it's pretty creative.
And Vanessa,
I think it's super creative though. That's talent.
I don't want to get into any hump day conversation, but what part of the anatomy would you be eating of the cake? I mean, if somebody says, "Here, you want,
looks like
you know,
quite filling."
You want like the knee, the ass,
right? Yep.
The back,
elbow.
the elbow.
None of the above.
None of the above. What would you take, Yo-Yo? The foot?
No.
The ankle?
No. Probably the wrist.
The wrist.
Yeah. It looked normal.
I would
That's
pass.
Sharon said that's disgusting, that cake.
That is disgusting, that cake.
It is kind of nasty.
I'm going to tell you something. I will pass on eating
So you're not
the
having
hospital
the knee.
cake. I will not have the knee.
Not having the knee.
I take it back. I will not have the knee. Somebody said, "Here, have a piece of ass." I'm like, "No, thank you." Since when would Uncle Brad ever turn that down? That's the time.
One time.
One time and one time only. All right. Good news out of Adelaide, Australia. A $160,000 Big Bird costume has been returned after being stolen from a circus in Adelaide by the self-proclaimed Big Bird Bandit. The 213 centimeter tall, bright yellow costume, reportedly made of ostrich feathers, was found dumped near the southwestern end of the circus with a note saying, "No harm had come to Mr. Bird." But South Australian police were called to the Sesame Street at Port Road, Thabberton. There is such a Sesame Street. After 2 men were seen carrying what appeared to be the missing costume on this past Wednesday morning. Police say the costume was dumped near an electricity box outside the circus and that 2 males carrying it ran away across Port Road. Patrols descended on the area, secured the stolen costume, which contained a letter of apology. The note, which is signed off Big Bird Bandit, begins by offering an apology for taking the costume and explained that they were just trying to cheer themselves up.
He's a great guy and no harm was found, the letter said. If you look at the image of the letter, that's hysterical. Look, it says great guy and no harm came from it to our friends.
But do you see the picture of Big Bird next to the trash can? That looks creepy as hell.
That's disrespectful, number one. That's disrespectful, number one. Number two,
it looks like Big Bird.
$160,000?
It looked like Big Bird had a really good night. That's all. Like
Big Bird looks a little hungover, right?
A little hungover.
Well, the Big Bird Bandits are still on the prowl. So, I want you to know that that both Cookie Monster and Count Dracula are in hiding at the moment until these bandits are caught. And just so you know, the gigantic costume was flown in from New York to take part in the circus, and authorities confirmed the bird was not damaged. Anyone with information about the incident is encouraged to contact Crime Stoppers. I don't know how you contact Crime Stoppers.
Literally.
That looks crazy.
What do you want to say, Vanessa?
These thieves don't know what to steal. Word, Jessica
Oh my
Leamy, for
God.
real. These thieves don't know what to steal.
Listen, if it's not bolted down, it's up for grabs, basically, these days, right?
Right.
Crazy.
All right, and finally, Vanessa and Yo-Yo,
Yes, sir.
you tell me, is this crazy or is this person a genius? There's really no in between. Crazy or genius? In a desperate attempt to make her ex-boyfriend jealous, a woman in Germany faked an elaborate wedding for revenge. A TikTok video of her envy-inducing antics had gone viral with more than 1.8 million views. Sarah Villard, 24 years old, revealed the moment to Gnarls Barkley's 2006 hit Crazy, showing pictures of herself holding hands with a groom for hire wearing a long white dress. Yep, I'm crazy, she says. She lives in Frankfurt, Germany. She split from her beau in 2019 and hatched the plan shortly thereafter. She rented out Frankfurt's Villa Kennedy, rounded up her friends to play the roles of the bridesmaids. She posted the pictures to Instagram where she was certain that her ex would see it. Villard said, I think people think I'm crazy, but overall, I've had mostly good reactions and 5,000 more people following me. And she told Jam Press she was satisfied with the results, saying, the boyfriend found out through Instagram. He texted me the next day. He freaked out because he thought I was cheating on him while we were together. That, of course, was not the case. But he came running to my house, got down on his knees, begged me to be his girlfriend. And you know what I did? I blocked him. I blocked him from social media. I blocked him from my life. And she's moved on and claims she's happy. Genius or crazy? Vanessa.
Both.
Genius or thirsty?
Genius, crazy, or thirsty? Thirsty and genius or crazy.
Exactly. There we go. I just needed to make sure we made sure this person was a thirsty genius or a
Thirsty crazy for, okay. Yo-Yo, thirsty genius or thirsty crazy?
Both. You could be both. That's both. I mean, at the end of the day, she got what she wanted. She got back at her boyfriend. He freaked out. She got followers from it. But it's crazy as hell to even put in your money, your time, and just energy into that. But it worked. So, hey, she's both.
I missed it. Look, but here we go. Sharon Barkley says, I think she's talking about the boyfriend begging for forgiveness, but she also said she wasted her time and wasted her money. I feel that.
I think they call these people mad geniuses, right?
There you go. Mad genius.
Thirsty mad genius. Thirsty mad genius. All right, we got to get into our Braducation, guys. In today's Braducation, I talk about the 4 very important things you should do if you're injured on the job in a construction accident. Let's watch. My goal is straightforward, to make the law usable and easy to understand for everyone. All of us in the United States have equal rights and should have an equal opportunity and a right to justice. I'm here to help because I want everybody to achieve their American dream. I'm Brad Bernstein, and this is your Litigation Braducation. I'm not here to tell you what you want to know. I'm here to tell you what you need to know. Construction accident law is different in each state and is very complex. My objective is to make the law easy for you to understand so that you can use the justice system to your advantage if you or your loved one is ever hurt in a construction accident. Now, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there are more than 150,000 serious construction site accident injuries each year in the United States. That's enough to fill 2 NFL football stadiums. And in fact, the Liberty Mutual Workplace Safety Index recently reported that United States companies have paid out more than $62 billion for workplace injuries in only 1 year. That is more than $1 billion per week. And the annual cost to United States business of lost time workplace injuries is greater than the gross domestic product of 91 countries, according to data from the World Monetary Fund. So this is really important to know because there is big money on the line if you get injured, and you want the money in your pocket and your loved one's pocket and not in the pocket of some fat cat at the insurance company. So listen up, because some things are universal no matter what state you're injured in. Now, most worksite injuries fall under workers' compensation and prevent you from filing a civil action for your personal injuries. But in New York and in many other states, if you get injured on a construction site, you can obtain workers' compensation and also file a lawsuit for your pain and suffering, your lost earnings, and all past and future medical bills. So if you fall, something falls on you, you're injured on the construction site, these are the things you must do to make sure you put yourself in the best legal position to ensure your highest money settlement. Number one, stay where you are and call an ambulance. Do not have your employer or coworker drive you to the hospital, because then there is no record that you were injured at a construction site. The insurance company could say the accident never occurred where you claim it did. Number two, take pictures and video, or if you're too injured, have your friend and coworker take pictures and videos of you and everything around you. Number three, don't speak to the site safety inspector or site safety foreperson. The site safety inspectors are employed by insurance companies to try to get information from you about the accident so that they can use that information against you. Number four, only talk to your doctor and lawyer about your injuries. Reason number one, unfortunately, there are a lot of ambulance chasers out there, and if you have a serious injury, there will be a lot of unscrupulous lawyers and quote-unquote paralegals walking into your hospital room because they're tipped off by someone in the medical facility in getting you to sign things that are not in your best interest. Sometimes people are looking to rip you off. Sometimes they're ambulance chasers. Sometimes they work for the insurance companies. But no matter what, they are not helping you. So kick them out. And you can watch all of our Braducations on OnlyFans TV, where I am the only lawyer with his clothes on. That's right, OnlyFans TV for all your Braducations. Let's do something we like to call You Got a Question, I Got an Answer. We're going to help you fix your problems. It's called Fix Your Life. Call me, 1-800-529-5465. Sandeep in Ontario, Canada. How are you? Sandeep in Ontario, Canada. How are you?
Sorry. I didn't hear that.
Okay, what's going on?
Hi, I have a question. So I know someone who is in the U.S. So he's under guardianship case, and his case was approved in 2016. And after that, there was a petition going on in New York about they don't want to give a green card and stuff. So he applied the appeal, and it got denied. And they asked because it was approved in the Queen's Court, and they don't consider that one. And now he reapplied again. So it has been like over 6 months that he has been waiting, and there is no update yet. So I was just wondering, what's going to be happen with that?
Okay, all right. I actually understand what you're saying. Probably very few people do understand, but I actually understand. You're talking about a special immigrant juvenile petition, and you're talking about a situation where somebody went into family court between the age and got guardianship of this person between the ages of 18 and 21 in the state of New York. And during the Trump administration, for the history of special immigrant juveniles, as long as you had a family court petition and an order of guardianship, and a special order saying it's not in your best interest to be reunited with at least one of your biological parents from a family court judge, that entitled you to special immigrant juvenile status. And as long as you filed your adjustment of status application within that time frame, then you were entitled to get your green card. And what happened during the Trump administration is Trump administration was trying to prevent people from getting green cards, including deserving children who didn't have parents in America. So what they said is if somebody got legal guardianship of a child between the ages of 18 and 21, they're not going to recognize that for special immigrant juvenile petitions because they're over 18, they're not really a child anymore. And everybody who had those SIJ cases filed, guardianships by a local family court in New York, and then the SIJ application filed, ultimately got their cases denied because the change in the regulation. Now, we had in my particular office, we had 3 or 4 people who got caught up in that. We appealed. They lost the appeal, and then we appealed into federal court and ultimately won those cases in federal court because the federal court actually changed the regulations and said what Donald Trump did was incorrect. And those people are either on their way or already have obtained their green cards. In your particular example, I think you said they appealed and lost. I don't know what appeal they did. Was it to the Board of Immigration Appeals? Did they appeal into federal court? But if there was a legal guardianship, that was completed before this person turned 21, and there was a special ruling that this person, boy or girl, whoever it is, should not be reunited with at least one of his or her biological parents, and the adjustment was filed, that qualified this person for a green card. So now you're basically looking at what procedure or what's the best procedure to follow to fix this. Now you said he is it a he or she?
He's my boyfriend.
Okay, so
we can't get married until the time he gets status or something.
So he's over 21. So he filed a new SIJ even though he's over 21. Is that what he did?
No, he got approved when he was 20.
My question to you is, the SIJ was denied.
Yes.
And he's now, I presume, over 21 years old. And,
yes.
And you said that he filed a new adjustment application now?
Yes, he applied I-294 again.
I-294?
Yes, they ask. So he's a lawyer.
I don't know what an I-294 is. I have no idea what an I-294 is. But okay, I think you're getting the number wrong. But I don't know if refiling a new adjustment application after he turned 21 is the right procedure. Just off the top of my head, because it seems like he wouldn't qualify because he's over 21. You got to fight the old case that got denied even on the appeal. So they have, to me, what I think in my head is they have something called an Administrative Procedures Act claim. And you have 6 years in which to bring that into federal court, saying that the government didn't follow their own procedures in denying this application, and they didn't. So to me, rather than filing a new adjustment after 21, which he wouldn't qualify for, and saying, well, even though he's over 21 and doesn't qualify, you should give it to him anyway because he deserved it from years ago, that doesn't really hold water for me. Especially, as an attorney, to me, I would be thinking filing an APA claim in which you have 6 years in which to do it from the date of the denial, and say they didn't follow their own rules and regulations. And federal judge, I want you to go back to that case that was filed when he was 19 and tell the government to follow their rules and regulations. That's how I would handle it.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do it, but there's no update. It's more than 6 months that he did it again.
That's not what they're trying to do. You told me he filed a new adjustment application. That's completely different than what I just said.
No, it's the same application that he appealed it and it got denied.
Then I don't know. Then whatever you're describing to me, by the way, you didn't really describe it very well. I just kind of got the gist of what you were saying, but I would have to see what the lawyer's doing at this point. Okay, but my advice, I don't know what he's doing. My advice is file an APA claim on the denied adjustment from years ago. But I'm happy to help if he wants me to review the file. Hold on one second. Let's go to Depp in Oakland, California. Depp.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I have a couple of questions. Actually, I'm a student right now, and my wife she was having green card and she got citizenship in last December.
You're a student. Your wife got a green card last December. Is that your question?
No. She got when I married, she was a green card holder, and she got her citizenship in December.
Okay, and all right. So far I hear statements. What's your question?
Yeah, my question is she makes 22,500 in a year. She is fine, or we need to file for another affidavit of support?
Get a second affidavit of support. You're really on the borderline.
Okay. And so will I be getting 2 years green card or 10 years green card?
It depends when you get your interview for your green card. If your green card is issued to you more than 2 years from the date of your marriage, you'll get a 10-year. If you get a fast interview,
will be this July. It will be 2 years more.
Okay, so if your interview is before July, you'll get a 2-year card. If your interview is after July, you'll get a 10-year card.
Okay. And actually, the thing is, other question, last question. My lawyer demanded me for the higher money for the case after approving the I-30. So he left the case. So do I need to find another lawyer, or I can apply on my own?
You're asking a lawyer if you need a lawyer. My answer, whenever you ask a lawyer if you need a lawyer, is yes, you need a lawyer. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. I never met anybody who asked, do you think I need a lawyer for this? And the answer is no, you don't need a lawyer. If you even have a smidgen of a doubt whether you need a lawyer or not, then you need a lawyer. Let's go to Fotini in Baltimore, Maryland. Fotini.
Hi, Mr. Rat.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I have a question. On December 2020, I applied for LALA, and April 21, I got the prima facie. And then I applied for expedited my work permit, but is denied. It's gonna be affect my case or no?
Why was your work permit denied?
Yes, because I asked from the congressman to help me to expedite my work permit, but they didn't ask any evidence. They just said your request is denied.
Did you file an adjustment application?
Yes, I do.
Then there's something wrong if your adjustment application is filed and your work permit is denied.
No, my work permit is not denied. I asked for expedited.
Oh. No, that doesn't affect your case whatsoever.
But now I saw it takes 5 or 7.
Hello? We lost her. Hello? Hello, Fotini? Put you on hold a second. Let's try again. Fotini, you there? Fotini?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello? Hi. Yes, the getting denied on the expedite request for a work permit will not affect your VAWA case.
Okay, other question. When I left my abuser husband home, I just had the statement of the credit card, the bank account, and insurance, and some picture we had, and my marriage, some letters. But do you think the USCIS is going to ask more for my bona fide marriage?
It's possible. It's possible.
But the police report everything. I put it in my document.
Well, having a police report is very good evidence of two things. One, of abuse, and two, that it's a bona fide marriage. Because the police showed up at your house and there's your husband living there. So that's pretty good evidence for both things. All right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you're asking me whether you're going to get approved or not. If you have a police report and you submitted documents to show a bona fide marriage and there was abuse, it sounds like you're going to get approved. I don't know without looking at your entire file.
Okay, because my concern is that I left his home. If they ask me for other things, I can because
of course not. But that's expected. Okay, but that's expected. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Good luck.
Bye.
Hope in Staten Island.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I have a Hello?
I'm listening.
Yeah. I have an adjustment. I have a conditional green card. I have conditional green card, so I apply for what is it called? 10 years.
You applied for the I-751 to remove the conditions of your permanent residence.
Correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave me extension 18 months.
Right.
After 18 months, they sent RFE that I should authenticate my.
They want to know that you're in a bona fide marriage with your spouse.
To authenticate my divorce, yeah.
Okay, so you got divorced.
No,
You're divorced from Africa?
Yes, from Africa.
Right.
So that what they now wrote that the divorce, because I think my ex husband used his own divorce. We have two separate.
All right. So let
certificates.
me explain something to you. You're from Nigeria?
South Africa.
Oh, you're from South Africa. Okay.
Yes.
What I have noticed in my practice, especially for Nigeria, but I haven't seen it for South Africa, but I don't have as many South African clients as Nigerian, so maybe it's happening in South Africa too, that there seems to be a lot of fraudulent divorce documents coming out of Africa.
Okay.
At least according to immigration. So they are asking everybody to re-verify that the divorce that they submitted from Africa is an actual authentic divorce. Whether you did the divorce, your husband did the divorce, you have to submit something that is authentic, that comes from a court that is recognized in South Africa as having issued this divorce decree. And even so, if your divorce is no good and you say, well, it's my husband's fault, my ex-husband's fault, that doesn't matter. You're not legally married to your current husband. So what's going on with this divorce?
Okay, so now I have authenticated it. I've sent it in. I sent it in, and since last year, July, now I've not heard anything. They just stamped my passport.
Because now, even though you authenticated it, immigration's going to go authenticate it. And they're going to send somebody to the local court in South Africa to verify that this document you submitted is real, and it takes them a very long time to do that. So unfortunately, you're going to wait.
Okay, what of my ex? Do I give him my own authenticated divorce certificate to use for his own adjustment of status?
That's up to you.
Oh, I just want to know if it's legal to do that.
Yeah, you can give him a copy of your divorce. It's his divorce too.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Oh, thank God, Brad. I'm happy. Thank you so much for the answer.
All right. Hang in there.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Let's go to Kai in Chicago. Kai in Chicago. K? Maybe K-A-I?
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How about you?
Good. What's going on?
I have a 7 years old removal order, and my wife, she got her asylum is approved last year, and we filed for I-730. It's pending for 3 months, and I talked to one lawyer, and can I file for BIA while my I-730 is pending to open my removal order?
Wait for it to get approved first and then open the removal order.
Can I, it's taking, I check on the, USCIS website, it says, it's taking, between 12 months to, 24 months.
You can try to file a mandamus or a pre-litigation mandamus if it's taking a while.
Yeah, it's been only 3 months, but...
Oh, it's only 3 months. You can't do anything. Just wait. You got to wait. You got to wait a little bit. If 12 months comes and goes and you haven't heard anything, then give us a call. You can't reopen your case till you get it approved.
Okay, my only chance is to get approved on my I-730, then file for BIA.
Correct.
Also, my lawyer said that we can file USCIS counseling, joining with the council, something like that. I'm not
Yeah, but then you need to do a waiver for an order to. You would have to do a 212 waiver. Basically what he's saying is after it's approved, your alternative would be to do a 212 waiver, which is a waiver to re-enter after a prior order of deportation, and then leave the country and go process at a third country to get your green card in return.
So he's saying that we're not gonna file for any waiver. He's saying that
you need a waiver because you can't return to the United States without a waiver.
Yeah, but he's saying we're not gonna leave the United States. He's saying that the consul from USCIS, he will join us.
That's a joint motion. You're talking You're talking about a joint motion to reopen your deportation case.
He's saying that.
Okay, so you're talking about two different things. Okay, so I thought you said consul officer, meaning consular abroad. So yes, you can go pick up some sort of visa abroad, but you need a waiver to come back. Or you make a motion to reopen your case. To be specific, it is a joint motion where you join with the trial attorney to reopen the case. But you got to wait. You got to wait for the I-730 to be approved. Hold on.
In that way, it's gonna be easier to open my BIA case, right? If the consul joins with us.
If the council doesn't, it's unlikely that it'll be reopened. You need them to do it.
What do you mean? Okay.
You have an order of deportation, sir. Let me put it to you point blank. You have no right to reopen your case. You should have been deported already. You're just lucky that nobody came for you yet.
Yes.
After you get something in your hand that says you're entitled to a benefit.
Okay.
Which is what you're waiting on. You can go back to a judge and say, "Judge, reopen my case." And the judge will say, "I don't want to reopen your case. You have no right to reopen your case." But if you get all the parties involved, the trial attorney, the judge, obviously your side, getting them all to agree to reopen the case, that's when and if nobody opposes it, that's when you have an opportunity to reopen your case. It's called a joint motion. Everybody has to agree or it doesn't happen.
Okay.
You need help. Hold on. Let's go to Michelle in Pembroke Pines, Florida.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, brother. My question is, I'm filing for citizenship. I'll just do my biometric. How long after biometric do they really, send a letter to do interview?
7, 8, 9 months.
7, 8, 9 months after?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hang in there.
All right, thank you. That
You're
was
welcome.
my question. All right.
Crystal in Huntington, Virginia.
Hello.
Hi, Crystal.
Hello. Yes. Hello, Brad.
How you doing?
I want to thank you so much, first of all.
Okay,
for
my
the
pleasure.
show. It's very, very informative to me.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it very, very much.
Thank you.
I have a question. I think I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me?
But it's at low volume.
Wow, I feel like I'm screaming. Let me raise my microphone.
Yeah, but that's okay. I have you on speaker, but it's really low, but I'll try my best.
Okay.
Anyway, I've been married since 2018, and we had 5 adjustments of status.
Mm-hmm.
I got my green card in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, I want to know what form or forms I have to fill. I have to now reapply because my green card will be expired.
You have the 2-year green card.
Yes, they give me a 2-year, yes.
Okay, when is it up?
I didn't get that.
So when is your green card up?
It's going to be up this year end, so it's only a few months away.
Okay. And you and your husband are still together? Everything's good?
Yeah, everything's pretty good.
Okay.
No complaints.
All right, so you're gonna go on the USCIS website and you're gonna download a form called the I-751.
I-751. Okay, let me make note of that. All right.
And you and your husband are going to sign it, and you're going to fill it out, and you're going to submit it with all the documents that you have, copies, not originals, of the fact that you and your husband live together and have a joint financial relationship.
Okay, but okay, so it's just one form. I don't have to fill out the whole set
No, just one form. Submit your documents to show you're still in a bona fide marriage, and you have to do it 90 days before the expiration of your green card. If it goes in,
Wow.
I just spoke to somebody and they submitted it on day 92 and it all got returned and they didn't know what they did wrong. And I said, you submitted it 2 days too early. So it's got to be received by immigration within the 90-day period before the expiration.
Oh, okay. Because I was back and forth what I should, apply for citizenship.
No, you're gonna do this I-751 first.
I-751. Okay, what is the I-751 about, really? Is it a renewal or something?
It's right now you have a green card that's conditional, meaning that it's conditional on proving that at the end of 2 years of you having a green card that you're in a bona fide marriage with your spouse. So now to remove these conditions, which is we're only giving you a 2-year green card unless you prove to us in 2 years you're in a bona fide marriage. You got to file an application and prove you're still in a bona fide marriage, and then you could remove these conditions of only having a green card for 2 years, and then they give you a green card for life.
Okay, that's great. Okay, that's really good because I wasn't sure what I should do, and I wanted to travel, and I don't want to be
if you follow what I tell you to do, there will never be a day you can travel, and there'll never be a day you don't have a green card. Because once you file this application, they're going to send you a letter extending your green card for 18 months while this application is pending.
I-751.
I-751.
Okay, thanks very, very much, Brad. You've been a good help so far.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye.
So far. We'll see how I do in the future. Let's go to Ali in the Bronx.
Hello.
Hi, Ali.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for the opportunity. I think I already called once. This is the second time. So my question is, I have a brother that have his girlfriend here. She's a U.S. citizen, but they just meet like a couple months ago, something like 2 or 3 months. But my brother is asking me if she can come to Africa in something like 2 months later. So that's gonna be 5 months that they meet and they can get married.
You could get married after meeting for a week, or a day, or 10 days, or 10 years. It's not how long you know each other. It's after you marry. Is this a bona fide, real loving relationship? There's people who fall in love in a week. There's people who fall in love. It takes them 25 years. Everybody's different. Are you in a bona fide loving relationship? If it is, yeah, do it. If it's a BS relationship, don't do it. Bottom line.
Okay. So how? Because if they get married, so how? Because it's something that is really close. How they gonna like prove that is a bona fide marriage? Because it's not in America. They have been together. The guy is in Africa and she's here. So how they can prove that?
They communicate every day. Save their communications. Maybe she sends money for his support. Maybe, emails, text messages. Maybe she should go visit him more than once.
Okay. And if they file, how long it can take?
About a little over a year.
Oh, over a year. Oh, okay. So my second question is, if you in a removal proceeding, is the task only the task is good for you to prove that you're still in bona fide marriage for the individual hearing?
If you're in deportation proceedings, I don't understand the question. What about a bona fide marriage?
If it's removal proceeding and you have to go to the individual hearing for your I-485 with the judge, can the tax paper is good for you to
still bring proof that you're in a bona fide marriage. The judge may request it.
What is that?
Even though you have an approved I-130, the judge still has a right to request to prove that you're in a bona fide marriage.
So the tax paper is not just good because it's only the tax paper the person has just to prove.
You either live with the person or you don't. You're either in a bona fide marriage or you're not.
Yes.
All right, so you're asking me, well, they have a tax return, they got nothing else. Why? If they're living together and they're having a real relationship, they should have more. Bottom line, quite frankly. All right, hold on if you need more help, though. Let's go to Carlos in Queens. Carlos.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, Mr. Brown. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great. Nice to hear from you guys. Listen, I was married, and I applied for I-751. The first one was denied because my wife didn't show up to the interview. By that time, we were separated, but not divorced. Then I got divorced, and I reapplied, but I was already put on removal proceeding.
Uh-huh.
When I went to court the first time, I told them, listen, I already have another I-751 based on the divorce. They said, okay, let's see what happens. When I went to the next interview, I had to bring my ex-wife with me, and they denied again by saying that I didn't have enough proof and my statement wasn't really strong. And now 2021, the court is closed in New York, and I would like to know, what are my chances? Like, what can I do?
You can renew the application before the judge. You can get remarried again. Figure out a third way to get a green card. I did not represent you, so I don't know how good or bad you did. All right? So I would actually need to review your application. But if you're asking me what are my choices at this point, you can try to file to remove the conditions before the immigration judge. You can always make that application and have an individual hearing before the judge. You always have that right to do that. You have the right to try to get a green card some other way, which is remarriage in a bona fide marriage. Hold on.
Right. So
let's go. I know there's a so, but I'm not going to solve your problem. I would need to see your records, and then we'll figure it out. Sherrington in Tampa, Florida. Sherrington.
Good evening. Are you hearing me clearly?
I do.
Oh, well. So I called you yesterday, but I didn't really get through the way I wanted to. Because you guys put me on hold and so forth. So I'm calling back today because you guys put me on hold and said there's a consultation, but you didn't call me either. I'm going to re-ask my question because I didn't understand it clearly. Okay? So I said that I have a court case, a devote court case in the 12th of next month. And not the 12th of the 15th of next month. But my conditional extension expired on the 12th, you know? So I would just want to know what to do in a case like that.
I don't understand even what you're asking me. You're in a removal hearing and what?
No, not removal hearing. My 2 years condition, I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I got a 2 years condition, but I got an extension for 18 months.
Okay, so I answered this. Okay, all right, I remember you now. You are a lawful permanent resident until they make a decision on your immigration case. So even though they gave you an extension for 18 months, in the computer, as far as immigration is concerned, you are a lawful resident indefinitely for this whatever period of time it takes for them to make a final decision on your immigration case. If they make a final decision in your favor, you're a permanent resident for life, whenever that date may be in the future. If they make a determination to deny you, you are a permanent resident beyond this 18-month period up until the moment they deny you. You only have evidence that you're a permanent resident for 18 months because that's all they gave you. So if you need more evidence that you're a permanent resident, you make an info pass appointment. You go down to your local office and they will put a temporary stamp in your passport extending your green card as evidence that you're a lawful resident.
The office you're talking about the immigration office?
Correct.
I go down there and do what?
You make an info pass appointment. You go online.
Let me write down, please, so I can remember. Info pass appointment.
Correct.
Okay, appointment. Do I have to go online and fill out anything, or do I just go
You
to
go
down there
online.
and
You
see?
go online and do it, and you bring down proof that you have this extension notice, and ask them to put a stamp in your passport as temporary evidence of your lawful residence. What could be helpful in doing that is if you get a letter from your job saying they're requesting you to do it, or you bring a plane ticket saying you need to travel. That is more helpful to make it more obvious why you need what you need.
Also, get a letter from my job would be more easy.
Yes.
So get a letter from my job
Correct.
saying what?
They want proof that you're a lawful resident.
Okay, yeah. I see. All right, so just for example, just want to know this. Say, for example, my document expire before I get through with all of that and everything there.
You're still a lawful resident.
Huh?
You are still a lawful resident, as I said.
Okay.
There's never a day you're not a lawful resident.
Okay, so info pass appointment.
Correct, online. Go to uscis.gov.
Okay, and just type in that in the search bar and I come up?
Yep.
I make an appointment?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Brad.
Did I answer your question this time?
Yes, I get you. Info pass.
All
info
right.
pass
So
appointment.
I could say goodbye to you now. I don't want you to call back tomorrow and say I cut you off.
Okay, thank you.
You good? Okay. Chindu in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Really? Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm doing good. I got two questions. Thank you very much for picking my call. I've
My
been
pleasure.
following you for a very long time. I got two questions. The first question is, how does having a traffic ticket for driving without insurance, how does it affect adjustment of
A
salary?
traffic ticket for driving without a license?
No, without an insurance.
That should be okay. That's not moral character issue.
Okay.
If it's
Then-
one time, if you're like 100 times, that's a different story.
Just one time.
That's fine.
Then my second question is, I got married to a bigamist some time ago. That was like 2 years ago. And just 2 months after we got married, I discovered that she was a bigamist. She was already married to somebody else. So I filed for annulment of the marriage. So, and my question is, I want to ask, how does that affect, my adjustment of status?
Well, the wife that you married, that you got the annulment from, she didn't file for you, right?
No, she never filed for me.
That's fine. It's just you were married and the marriage terminated, and now you're in a second marriage.
Yeah, so now I'm in a second marriage now.
That's fine.
We intend to file, for adjustment of status. Do I need to prove?
You need to prove that you got an annulment from the first marriage. Correct.
Oh, okay. That's it?
Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. If you need help, hold on 1 second. You're welcome. Hold on. Brenda in Staten Island.
Hey, Uncle Brian.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for all your help. I have a question. I filed for asylum to cancel my removal proceedings. They sent me a letter for my biometric. And I have a VAWA case that is pending. When I checked the VAWA case, it said I don't need any biometric. I think they use my old biometric. So what should I do?
Okay. When you filed the VAWA, did you file an adjustment with it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So then you already wrote a letter to withdraw your asylum case?
No, not yet.
Do that now.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, so, okay.
Oh, but you're in
Thanks, Uncle.
removal. You're in removal with that asylum case, correct?
Yes.
I didn't hear that part. Follow through on the biometric, because you have to keep showing up to your removal hearing. You have to tell the judge the next hearing that you have a VAWA pending.
Okay, so go ahead for the biometric appointment?
Yes, go do it anyway. Because you got to follow the rules of what they're asking you to do for removal.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, thank you,
All right, you're
Uncle
welcome.
Brad.
Okay.
Bye.
Louise in Fresno, California.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Good talking to you. Actually, I heard about you through my sister from New York, and she tells me how excellent you are.
Thank you.
So now, my brother passed away about a month ago. He was filing for his 2 children in Jamaica. One 8-year-old. She's actually here now because she came to his funeral. And there's a 19-year-old in Jamaica. So their case had reached to the point of where we were supposed to submit affidavit of support. What can we do? And I say we, I'm an aunt, and there is an adult daughter. What can we do to continue the filing for these children?
The adult daughter, excuse me, the adult daughter is the sister of these children, right?
Yes.
All right, so the adult daughter, I assume, is legal in America?
Yes, she's a citizen.
Okay, so the adult daughter for the 19-year-old, you're going to file a humanitarian waiver to reinstate the approved visa petition. The adult daughter, who is the sister, is going to substitute in for the father. You can't as an aunt, but the sister can for the 19-year-old.
Okay.
For the 8-year-old, which would be faster for her, you would take her into family court, local family court, where you are in California, become her legal guardian, request the local family court judge to give a special order that it's not in the child's best interests to return to Jamaica to be reunited with at least one of the family members because of abuse, abandonment, neglect, whatever it may be. If that's all right, we already have a father who passed away, so there's only one parent left. I don't know what the story is with that parent, but if
the parent, the mother actually came with the child, so she's here right now. Or she's on a visiting visa here.
So even better, if there is nobody to return to in Jamaica.
Right.
Period. So somebody becomes the legal guardian of this child. And then that child can file a special immigrant juvenile adjustment. Now you need a special lawyer to go into family court who understands how to do a SIJ case. I recently had a client who hired a local lawyer in Georgia to do the guardianship, and the local lawyer didn't know anything about immigration and screwed it up. So make sure.
So you're in New York. Could you do it for me in California?
No, I cannot. I can only do family court in New York. I can do your immigration case in all 50 states, but I can't go into family court in California. So that's why I'm saying you would make sure you find somebody who understands the immigration angle to it all. And you need that special ruling. So I can handle the 19-year-old. I can do the immigration for the 8-year-old, but you need a family court lawyer, which, by the way, if you hire me, I would speak to the family court lawyer and make sure they do it right.
There are other sisters in New York who could possibly do, if we need to come to you, who could possibly do.
But then the child would live in New York then with one of those sisters.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, that can be done.
So are you saying then that it's easier to do for the 8-year-old to do that step? You can do that. Now, if the 8-year-old was in the United States on the day the dad passed, which is not the case. Yes, she was.
She was here when she passed.
Yes.
Okay. Was the dad a resident or a citizen?
Resident.
Is the 8-year-old out of status or in status now?
Her status ends on Tuesday.
Oh, God. On Tuesday?
Yes, the 25th.
All right. So you would need to file an adjustment application before Tuesday and substitute in a family member. I don't know if we can do that. If we can, you can do it under Section 204L. If not, then we would do a special immigrant juvenile like what I described originally.
Okay.
Have a consultation with me, but I don't know how we're going to get an adjustment done by Tuesday. Probably end up doing a SIJ. Okay, hold on one second.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Let's go to Natia in Brooklyn.
Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you so much for answering our questions. I don't hear you very well.
That's what people are saying. That's so weird.
Oh. So anyway, I have questions regarding my husband's citizenship case. So he got his green card. We got married, and it was 7 days before 2 years when he got his first green card with the conditional status. So when the time passed by, so we filed 751 to remove the conditional status on his green card. But we received all paperwork back with the stamp and the blue page, which said that it was their mistake that they issued him with conditional status green card, and they returned everything, like check and everything, and they gave us direction to fill out I-90,
right?
And he was entitled to get the permanent green card, meaning like 10-year green card. Okay, we followed their direction. We did what they said. My husband received 10-year green card, and after 3 years, so he applied for citizenship. And he got his interview.
And they said they made a mistake. He should have been a conditional resident. He never removed the conditions, right?
Yes, they never removed conditions,
Right.
but we thought because it was missing only 7 days, they just, I don't know, we didn't have
Okay,
any.
so what happened was immigration made a mistake originally and should have accepted the removal
immigration
of...
made mistake,
Right.
and we followed what they told us. We
so
did not
now-
go for.
so
and
what-
now when he went for his interview for citizenship,
I understand.
the officer said, "Oh, how do you have green card? So you did not remove your conditional status." Anyway, he said, "So you go home. We'll send you the decision." After several months, it was in April and in August, we received a letter saying that we had to hand deliver at Federal Plaza all our documentation. So we have children together, taxes, insurances, bills, whatever. So we lived together a long time. So we had all this information. We had big package. We delivered to them. They gave a stamp. So we gave it to them. Practically, they were like all documentations, what we need to remove the conditional status, you approving that you are living together. So after that, after 3 months, they send us letters that they will close the case temporarily, and he had to follow the steps. They were apologizing. We made mistake back then when we said we made mistake. Did you understand?
I do.
So-
but can I tell you what you have to do? I understand. I'm just letting you talk.
And now we pretended that time that we did not receive that letter, because when we consulted with the attorney, they said if my husband would go for fingerprint interview to remove the conditional status on that green card, he has to leave his green card in there, and he would not get the new one until this process will end. And my husband needed to go back country to visit his mom.
No.
So now, when we call back to immigration, they telling us
one second,
that the
Nadia,
case was
Nadia,
closed.
shush.
I don't hear you. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you to be quiet, because now you're talking about committing fraud on the U.S. government, even though it's their mistake, because you're pretending to travel on a green card that's not a valid green card. So, this is what you do. Stop getting bad advice from stupid lawyers. It was immigration's mistake, yes. But here is your solution. You're going to file a late application to remove the conditions of your husband's permanent residence. The reason you're filing a late application to remove the conditions of your husband's permanent residence is because immigration made an error. When immigration receives the application, they will send your husband an extension of his green card so that he is traveling on a proper green card. If they closed out the citizenship, once the extension is received, you could reopen the citizenship, ask them to schedule you for a new interview, and ask them to adjudicate both the I-751 and your citizenship simultaneously, because your husband has had a green card for more than 3 years in a bona fide marriage with his wife. What you don't want to do is start shenanigans of traveling on green cards that are not valid and making pretend you don't know what's going on when you do.
Yeah, so as a matter of fact, so he traveled twice with that green card. But I understand what you're saying, but I did not think that was that serious. Because
it is serious.
We did not do anything bad.
Nadia, you did something bad now. You didn't start doing something bad, but then it ended up being bad because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Hold on. You need help, and stop listening to dumb lawyers. Hold on. By the way, If you didn't get your immigration question answered, you could always follow me on Instagram at RealBradBernstein. If you follow me on Instagram at RealBradBernstein, you can drop me a DM. I will be happy to answer your immigration question as best as I can. Sometimes I'll tell you need a consultation. Sometimes I answer it. Ask anybody in Brad Squad. It kind of goes both ways. If it's going to be like solve my entire life, I'm going to tell you need a consultation. If it's yes, no, simple question, I'll be happy to answer it. All you got to do is follow me at RealBradBernstein on Instagram. And if you can't handle 2 hours of Brad, Yo-Yo, and Vanessa, you know what you need to do. Follow us at Brad Show Live on Instagram for the best 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and 1 minute of Brad Show Live. And if you can handle Speed Round, then do not follow us on TikTok. But if you love Speed Round as much as we do, follow us on TikTok for every one of our Speed Rounds. People love Speed Round. We're featuring it all on our TikTok at Brad Show Live. Jonathan, Yo-Yo, Elias, Vanessa, what do you guys got?
Yep, you guys can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And you guys can find me at Vanessa.Contreras TV.
And later in the show, we're going to hear the second half of my interview with musical theater composer Jaime Lozano about his journey to the United States from Mexico, his Broadway career, and his new album, Songs by an Immigrant, whose liner notes were written by Hamilton's Lin-Manuel Miranda.
And now we're going to hear the #1 change Brad Show Live guest, Rima Makarian, would like to see in U.S. immigration reform. Now, squad, I want to know what you would like to see change. Please let us know in the comments.
What is the #1 change you want to see in U.S. immigration reform?
I think the people in Congress and the U.S. government have to kind of face a certain reality, and it's the fact that immigrants aren't going anywhere. And I think what needs to happen is for them to really face that question head on and to make sure that the people that I think call themselves American and are American can simply feel safe in this country and to feel like they belong here. So whatever measures that need to go in place, whether that's a legal pathway to citizenship, which I think is the #1 thing that needs to happen, I would say that has to happen as soon as possible.
All right, social media check-in. What do we got?
Okay, Peter James, VIP Brad Squad member. If you guys want to become a VIP member, all you have to do is go on Facebook in the search engine and put in Brad Squad. We will accept you. Just press request. All right, and you can throw in your questions anytime throughout the day. We're going to take the first 5 questions. And here's the first one from Peter James. If my priority date is February 24th, 2021, how does this date affect my case processing time?
The priority date is the date in which your application's filed. That's the only thing priority dates tell me. How it affects your processing time depends on what you filed, where you filed, and who filed for you.
Tisha Gajar, another Brad Squad VIP member, asks, will a B1, B2 rejection twice affect my current F2B application?
It depends. If it was rejected just because they didn't think you were going to return and you were a true visitor, it's not a problem. If it was rejected for some sort of misrepresentation, yes. So it depends why it was rejected.
Rita Brata Saha, another VIP member. If my travel permit is going to expire in November, can I renew it now and travel to another country with my old permit? What will happen if the new travel permit is approved while I'm in another country?
As long as your current travel permit is valid, you can use it even if you get a new one.
KTM Harvey, another Brad Squad VIP member. How long does it take to get an extension for an I-751?
About 8 weeks these days.
Tamara Richards, another VIP Brad Squad member. Can I renew an H-2B work permit from Jamaica?
From Jamaica, sure. Why not?
Rafiu Afolabi on YouTube. Can I apply for a green card under the Biden administration if I have a pending VAWA case?
There is no green card under the Biden administration. You're referring to the amnesty. It hasn't happened yet.
Olan Riwaju on YouTube. Can an immigration lawyer do a waiver for me in the U.S. while I'm living in a native country?
Yes, of course.
Anna Lee Parker on Facebook. Yesterday you mentioned the Adam Walsh waiver. What form is that? My friend's husband is only under VAWA because of alleged solicitation to prostitution. In other words, years ago he approached a 17-year-old to work for him. Will this process still take years?
1 second. The friend is doing a VAWA case, so what the husband did, the petitioning husband who was the abuser did, has no relevance to Adam Walsh. Adam Walsh waiver is not done on a VAWA case. It's done on an adjustment case when the petitioning spouse has been found guilty of some sort of sexual abuse case against a minor.
Avinash on YouTube. My girlfriend became a citizen 3 months ago through marriage. Now she is separated from her husband. Can I marry her and apply for my green card? Is there a law for a 5-year wait to apply for a new spouse?
She got a green card or she's a citizen now?
No, the girlfriend became a citizen 3 months ago through marriage.
She can divorce the husband and marry someone else. The law for you can't marry, get a green card, and then file for somebody else for 5 years only applies to residents, not citizens. However, there will always be questions about you became a citizen based on 3 years in a bona fide marriage, and then the day after you became a citizen, poof, the marriage is over. We'll lead somebody to pause for a second, but yeah, you can do it.
Kaya Riz, Little Hearts on YouTube. Can we show KCC documents before marriage to prove our current marriage is a bona fide marriage? Also, does an interview take place according to one's case number? And does my current location impact my case processing time?
What does KCC mean?
I don't know. They say, can we show KCC documents? I gotcha.
I don't know what KCC means. Okay, the next question, maybe someone in the squad knows what it is. Number 2.
Abdullah, I have one from Abdullah Moore on my Instagram. My question is,
One second, I can go back and answer the other parts of the questions. Number 2, where you live depends on how fast your interview is going to be. So, for example, if you're in Montana, there's no wait for green cards in Montana for local office. You're going to get it much faster than if you live in a state where there's a big backlog. And lastly, your case number has nothing to do with anything with your case other than that's the file that you have. And by the way, Anna Lee Parker said she did not mention VAWA. It's Adam Walsh Act, AWA. My apologies. I would have to see what the conviction was for the husband. I don't think solicitation of a prostitute is sexual abuse of a minor and would fall under the Adam Walsh Act, but we would have to double check and see the actual section of law in which the husband was found guilty of.
Okay, I have one from my Instagram, Abdullah Moore, saying, my question is, can I file VAWA and the green card with a waiver, meaning file without paying immigration fees?
Yes, you can file a VAWA. Can you file a waiver on an adjustment? Probably on a VAWA you can. I'm sorry, Joe, what did you say KCC means what?
Kentucky Council Center.
Kentucky Council Center?
That's what I have.
For diversity visa program? Okay, yeah, you can use your documents for that. Why not?
Okay, there goes that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you had gotten that one. Okay, so next one comes from Trish West on YouTube. What is the wait period to get a U.S. citizenship if I'm currently in Connecticut?
Probably 8, 9, 10, 11 months. Citizenship's taking a little less than a year, most around the country.
Adalma Sosa on Facebook. If I currently have DACA under legal entry and my petitioner is my U.S. citizen spouse, can I just adjust my status if I have 2 prior illegal entries to the U.S., both were when I was a minor?
If it was as a minor, misrepresentation doesn't apply to you. If it's as an adult, you have a problem.
Cheetan Tande on YouTube. Does filing an EB-1 petition with premium processing lead to more scrutiny and higher chances of RFE and denial?
I think we answered this the other day, but the answer is no, not necessarily, but you have to prove extraordinary ability.
Okay, Anna Lee Parker on Facebook. If I'm if I'm in the U.S. on an F1 visa and I just graduated from college and I sent in the application for my work authorization in April 2021, do you think it's possible I can get approved by July?
No, it's going to be a little longer. Two more.
Okay, Chitan Tande on YouTube.
No, you did that one.
Oh, okay, sorry, I just lost track. There we go. Mark John on YouTube. Can I file for VAWA if my I-130 was just approved? My wife and I are not divorced yet, but we are not living together.
Yes, if there's abuse, absolutely.
And last one, Raj on YouTube. If my DV number shows current in July, can I apply now or do I have to wait until July?
Wait until July. All right. Musical theater composer Jaime Lozano has been heralded as the next big thing on Broadway by Hamilton's Lin-Manuel Miranda. Jaime joined me yesterday to discuss his newest album, Songs by an Immigrant, and how he strives to combine diversity and immigrant stories throughout his work and his art. Today we will hear more about Jaime's career and his immigration journey from Mexico to the United States. Let's watch. Jaime Lozano is a musical theater composer who has been heralded as the next big thing on Broadway by Hamilton's Lin-Manuel Miranda. A native of Monterrey, Mexico, Jaime's album Songs by an Immigrant was released in October of 2020 in conjunction with Hispanic Heritage Month. Here to discuss the album, his career, and his own immigration story is Jaime Lozano. Welcome, Jaime, and thanks for coming on Brad Show Live. I really appreciate it.
No, hola, Brad. Thank you for having me here. I'm very excited.
So you're on an O visa now. You have a pending adjustment, I assume, as an EB1 individual of extraordinary ability. You went for your adjustment interview. You know, we all assume, you know, very shortly you'll get approved and have your green card, but it wasn't as easy to get to where you are at the moment. Can you tell us a little bit about your immigration story?
I never imagined that I would be living in New York City. That wasn't like my dream. Oh yes, I want to live in New York City and I want to be on Broadway. No. So for some reason, when I was back in Monterrey, I started looking for programs about musical theater. And I found this musical theater and composition program at NYU. I came to apply to the program. I let them know that my lack of English, that I didn't speak English, and they told me, no, don't worry about that. We have people that they came from Korea, Italy, from all over the world. So they gave me a full tuition scholarship to get into NYU, something completely unexpected. So when I got my letter back in Monterrey, and I told my mom, they told me, okay, I don't know what we're gonna do, but you have to go. You have to go there, even if I have to die, we're gonna make, and actually my mom passed away when I was here after the 2 or 3 months that I was here in New York City. The school was always very nice with me. They support me during all the time. I was working and they pay me, blah, blah, blah. And then I got the OPT for 1 year because I went to this program. During that time, I started applying for my O1 visa. At the end, this lawyer wasn't a lawyer. He was just someone filling all the papers, pretending to be a lawyer, and he had a lawyer friend that he signed everything for him. That I realized that till I get my copy, my final copy when the visa was denied. But what his name is not in any paper.
Somebody else's name is on your papers.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you do?
At that time, I had to go to Mexico because my brother was getting married. So I went to Mexico, and when I was coming back, not with my O1, I'm gonna go back with my tourist visa because I have jobs. I was working here legally, and I say, okay, I need to do something to go back. So when I was supposed to come back, I went to the airport. I was getting my flight ticket, and what was my surprise? That I don't know why I had lost my tourist visa. I couldn't get in a plane, so I had to go to the police department in Mexico to let them know that I lost my visa because I need like a letter from them in order I could take the letter to the consulate so they can give me a new visa.
So how did you eventually make it back to the United States on an O visa? What happened?
In Mexico for around 4 years. I met my wife now. I met her in Mexico City. We actually came before getting married, we came to New York City. I proposed to her here in New York City in a Broadway theater, on the stage of Broadway theater, where it was Hamilton playing right now. And then we came for our honeymoon. I mean, you can say my love for this city. We came for my proposal, and then we came for our honeymoon. So a few days before, when we were supposed to go back, I told my wife, and what if we just stay? I mean, I think we can find a way to make it here. And we decided just to stay from one day to another one. We overstay our tourist visa. And just like magic, people start like reaching to me that they knew that I was like again in New York. And I have this very good friend who's very important in the Broadway industry, Alex Lackamore. He is the Hamilton's orchestrator and arranger. And he told me, okay, are you able to work here? I'm working on it. Yes, I'm working on it. So right away, after a few weeks that I knew that I was overstaying, I contacted a lawyer to apply again for my O1 visa. I did a change of status. So I didn't leave the country. I was with my...
So even though you had overstayed, he had requested, it would be what's called a nunc-pro-tunc application to put you back into status. It's no fault of your own, and gave an excuse why, and you were able to get back into status.
Yeah. And so I got my O1, and I was for 3 years. It was a nightmare to get, because you have to prove to the USCIS that you have worked for the next 3 years. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. How am I going to prove to them that I have worked for the next 3 years? And more in this industry that is like self-employment, really. You're working just by project. It's not that you work for a company. My application was over 600 pages.
Wow. Now, you talked about your wife, Florencia. You got married to her, so she was able to get an O2 and stay with you here. And you have a bonus track on your album, Hecho para Amarte, which in English means I was made to love you. And that is a love letter to your wife. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I mean, to be honest, I think my wife was the reason why we came back to New York City. I don't think that without her, I think that I could be still in Mexico, like teaching in the university or doing something else. So when I met her, this was actually the first song that I wrote to her. And this song was actually, we danced to this song in our wedding. Because I think that's my most important collaboration. I told you before, musical theater is about collaboration, but doing musical theater with your wife, with your family, it's like the pinnacle of a collaboration, you know, being at home and being able to work with her. That's something, actually something the boundaries about husband and wife and composer, singer are very blurry. You never know who you are at the moment, no? But I'm very glad that I found her, and that's one of the reasons because I'm today in this country. And when we decided to stay in January, back in 2016, a few weeks later, we realized that we were pregnant. So at the moment was, oh no, we have to go back to Mexico because we're pregnant. How are we gonna do to pay all the, and we decided to stay. And I mean, the health program was very, very, very nice with us. And we were able to have this now 4 years old, beautiful son born here in New York City. And we're a family of artists in New York City, like just struggling every day, but trying to make it.
So let's listen to a clip of Hecho para Amarte.
Tanto recorrer sin encontrar una razón. Hoy aquí a tu lado todo tiene explicación. Que el camino que recorrí me condujo hasta ti. Tanto te busqué que yo pensé que eras ficción y me conformé con verte en mi imaginación.
Now, you're also the arranger, orchestrator, music director for the album from the nonprofit organization Our Evolución Latina, Dare to Go Beyond. What is Our Evolución Latina? And tell us about the album a little bit.
Revolución Latina, or Our Evolución Latina, it's this nonprofit. It was founded by 3 Broadway performers. The main founder and director is Luis Salgado, who is Broadway actor, dancer, choreographer. And he founded this organization with the help of all his Latinx community on Broadway. They do summer camps for kids from all around New York City, and they teach musical theater to them. They do free workshops for young performers. They have been able to do free workshops going to Peru, going to Colombia, going to Mexico. And one of the things that we do back actually in 2010, 2011 was this album that I think actually was like my very first huge, big thing that I did. Because in this album, I was collaborating with Broadway performers from all the Broadway shows, including like people from Disney, people from In the Heights, some very big Broadway names. I have been able not only to work in this album back then, but I have been always like teaching in summer camp or teaching in projects.
Where can people find out more about you and follow you on social media?
I'm on Instagram and Twitter as Jaime Lozano, on Facebook and YouTube as Jaime Lozano Composer. And of course, you can find my music and any single digital platform on Spotify, iTunes.
Tell us what your American dreams are.
To have my show on Broadway and to win a Tony Award, yeah. But as I told you before, my dream is that the thing that I'm doing, telling these stories, could reach as many people as possible. I mean, so other people can relate with these stories and they can learn about us and that they can know that we are here and that we are part of this community and that we are part of this country. So that's my dream.
Well, Jaime Lozano, thank you very much for coming on. You have an amazing career ahead of you. Good luck with everything. Congratulations. And thank you for coming on Bradshaw Live.
Thank you for having me and see you on Broadway soon.
Yes, we will see you on Broadway soon. After about a year and a half off, Broadway is going to be reopening 100% capacity this September 14th. All right, guys, you ready for speed round?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Can I renew my visitor's visa?
Of course you can.
Is it safe to travel with advanced parole?
Yes.
If I start working at a restaurant, will I qualify as an essential worker?
I have no idea.
Can I get a bank account before I change my status?
Yes, you can. You don't need a social.
How long after gaining citizenship can you file for a family member?
The next day.
Can a dual citizen join his other country's military?
Yes.
Can I get an ESTA if I was denied an F1?
You can try.
What is the DS-260 form?
That's the biographic data form for getting a green card.
Can I apply for an R1 visa with my I-130 pending?
No, because that's a non-immigrant intent.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah.
There we go. There's some music. Little delayed there. It's amazing how Yo-Yo and Vanessa, when they blow us up, there's no delay. You know, the judges are looking. Did we answer all the questions? They're counting everything. They're looking at the time. And, you know, before we want any balloons to give any props to anybody, gotta make sure we did it all right. And by the way, you know, this whole thing, we get these questions all the time, essential worker. Okay, there is no law that has passed yet for essential workers. Okay, you know, you being a waitress in a restaurant, I doubt is going to be an essential worker. Someone said you work in a restaurant and you're an essential worker. Everything's essential at some point, you know, or another. But there is legislation pending to give essential workers amnesty. But let's see if it happens. I mean, obviously, if you're a nurse, you're an essential worker. I don't know, you know, being the waitress or a hostess in a restaurant is necessarily being an essential worker. I said I don't know because we don't know what the law is going to be.
Exactly.
But I doubt it will be. And we don't even know if the law will pass.
All right.
All right, comments of the day.
Let's get to it.
By the way, Yo-Yo, I'm sorry, but I know you're about. I just want to thank Tali Tali, because everyone thinks Tali Tali works for us. She doesn't. She's just a very dedicated member of the Brad Squad, and she wants us to get those thumbs up on YouTube. So everyone always asks me, "Is Tali Tali work?" No, Tali Tali is not. She loves us. That's all. And every day I see her saying, "Come on, guys, thumbs up on YouTube, thumbs up on YouTube." So I gotta give my props to Tali Tali. Thank you very much. Every day I see it, and if I don't mention it, you're awesome. Thank you. Thumbs up. Two thumbs up for Tali Tali.
There you go. All right, y'all. Y'all ready for the first comment of the day? Redemption comment of the day. Jeremy Goldberg coming. Jay Rhymes. What is that, Jeremy Goldberg? His name is Jay Rhymes. Poetry Thursday, the not corny version. Today is a warm day and almost the end of May. What I need, I must say, it's Brad Show Live, and Brad doesn't play.
All right.
Making a comeback.
Making a comeback. Not hip hip hooray.
Right.
Earlier, I didn't get a chance to say it. He was trying to redeem himself, and instead of hooray, he was like, well, yay.
Yay could have been good too. Anything but hooray.
Well, he redeemed himself. He redeemed himself.
Our next comment of the day from Maxine Gowie saying, "Squad up, family. I am here, but using my Echo and still cannot figure out how to comment as yet when using it. I guess I will be using 2 devices until I figure it out."
You know what? I probably wouldn't be able to figure it out either. So I feel you. I feel you.
We're just glad you're double fisting.
Thank you.
Right. All right. And our third comment of the day. Weisman Kano saying, "Thank you for all you and your staff do. Your great experience and expertise in helping everyone. God bless."
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, and closing out the show from Helen Onawuka saying, "Another facts day with Brad. I am excited." Facts.
Fact.
All facts.
Fact. We didn't do that today. Fact.
We did it. That was yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday's show. Meanwhile, today is definitely Thursday, right? Let's make sure we get our days right.
So tomorrow's
Pop-Up Friday.
Pop-Up Friday.
I was going to make a joke and say, tomorrow we'll see you for Fuzzy Monday, but,
No.
But it's Pop-Up Friday tomorrow. We don't know what we're going to pop up. We haven't even decided when we're popping up yet. So the only way to be part of our pop-up tomorrow is subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Facebook so you get that notification. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.